Rocket Learning from the social category. Please join me in welcoming co-founder Aziz Gupta to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Aziz, and that's my little daughter, Rumi. Over the past year, every evening, we've explored stories, solved puzzles, and hunted for objects around the house. It's become our own little world of discovery. Moments like these are probably familiar. You would have done that with children, grandchildren, nephews, and nieces. But here's something remarkable about play in the early years. It's literally creating children's futures. In fact, a full 85% of brain development happens by the age of 6. That means 2 hours of daily stimulation at this age builds problem solving, builds teamwork, and self-regulation, what we all know of as intelligence. But unfortunately, half of Indian children cannot recite a single alphabet or number by the age of 6. This is largely because their caregivers haven't had the resources or the knowledge to effectively engage with children in learning. And for the children who don't get that, because so much neural stimulation is happening at this age, it's nearly impossible to reverse the lag later. Take Shivani, for instance, my best friend in preschool growing up. I remember Shivani as a very bright and precocious child, but one who was endlessly frustrated. Her parents cared about her, but left her education to the professionals in preschool. And in school, it was a very different story because our teacher was overwhelmed, and she thought her job was to make sure that the 20 children in her care were silent and in their seats all day long, shutting down all questions. And Shivani, she obviously suffered. When I connected with her many years later on Facebook, her spark was gone. Negative experiences and the lack of early stimulation had dulled her curiosity, and she spent the years since just trying to get through the day, keeping her head down. You know what's so heartbreaking about this? Not just that my friend lost out on her potential, but that India has 8 crore children who are at the risk of losing out on life ever before they step foot into a primary classroom. How is that fair in any world? Right now, India's average IQ is stuck at 87, a whopping 10 points behind the USA and Europe. Not because we're less capable, obviously, but because we're failing our youngest minds in the years that matter the most. And that's why at Rocket Learning, our goal is to help give every child the experiences that they need to thrive, both in school and in life. We want to give food for their brains. The idea was simple. We needed a tech-enabled solution that could engage a child's imagination and intelligence in real life. It had to be simple enough that anyone could use it, but powerful enough to be able to build these foundational skills. And so that's why we turned to our trusty friend, the WhatsApp group. Every day, over WhatsApp, we're sending 2-minute videos to caregivers with simple activities that they can do with the children at home or in school. These activities build on observation, curiosity, problem solving. For example, sorting between 3 different kinds of dal, or finding 5 red objects around the house. And to scale this, we've partnered with the world's largest daycare network, India's very own Anganwadi system. And that's allowed us to scale to 40 lakh children in the last 5 years. Parents and teachers are joining the WhatsApp groups. They share back photos and videos of what they did with the child that day, cheer each other on, and build habits together. Our staff spread across 140 districts of India train the Anganwadi workers in real life. And to keep engagement high, we're sending digital badges and personalized feedback via AI tools. So think of it as Duolingo meeting Gen AI. And that's the future, right? But all of this costs us just less than $2 per child per year. So what does this all mean? It means that we're looking at a paradigm shift in the early years in our homes and classrooms. Rocket Learning's impact is visible in 2 clear ways. Firstly, cognitive development of children. 80% of children in our classrooms and Anganwadi centers are able to recognize and describe pictures and solve puzzles by the age of 6. This compares to the national average of just 50%. In addition, we're seeing a massive cultural revolution coming up in our homes and in our classrooms. Parents and teachers are spending double the amount of time on learning with their children as they used to in the past. And because of these reasons, we've become the chosen organization to work with the Government of India and 10 state governments. We helped write the national curriculum, the first ever national curriculum for 0 to 6-year-olds. and have helped conceptualize and launch India's first modern early years policy, Poshan Bhi and Padhai Bhi. By 2030, we want to make sure, and our dream is that half of India's neediest children should be able to get the platform that they need to thrive in life. That's 4 crore children in Anganwadis across India. But we can't do this alone. Let's join together in giving every Shivani a better launchpad for her future so that she never has to fall behind. And let's join together in making India's next generation the smartest in the world. Because at the end of the day, all that this whole room wants is what's best for each and every child. So let's take a look at the video and see what's happening on the ground.
In India, 4 crore children start class 1 without recognizing a single letter or number.
And that's worrying because 85% of brain development happens before the age of 6. What kids experience in these early years shapes the way they learn. Unfortunately, underserved areas often lack the tools required for a strong start.
And that's where Rocket Learning steps in. By sending out short, play-based videos and stories, making learning interactive and playful, and transforming everyday moments into hands-on teaching opportunities.
We started over 4 years ago, and today we're working with 2 lakh Anganwadi workers and over 30 lakh parents.
And for its commitment to transforming early education, Rocket Learning is the proud winner of Marico Innovation Foundation's Indian Innovation Icons 2025.
Thank you, Aziz. I would now like to request Utsav Keria and Namya Mahajan, co-founders of Rocket Learning, to please join us on stage. And to present the award, I invite our Governing Council member, Ashu Suyash, to the stage. A round of applause, please, to welcome them. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, please, for Rocket Learning. And ladies and gentlemen, do keep in mind that the trophies that you see today are made of recycled metal, keeping in with the ethos of MIF's focus on socio-economic or environmental impact and innovation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashu, and congratulations once again to Rocket Learning.